In the beginning of the drama, we see the female lead Shuan, and today her childhood dream was about to come true, that she would go to Shanghai and work. When she goes inside the company, no one pays attention to her. Then an employee takes buns from her hand and says, "I didn't order steamed buns." Shuan says, "I am not a delivery girl. I came to apply for a job." Then that person shows Shuan the cabin. In the next scene, Shuan goes inside, and Shu, who is the boss of this company, seats Shuan on the chair. As soon as Shuan sits on the chair, she almost falls. Now Shu reads Shuan's resume, and we learn that Shuan has graduated in art and design, and has also worked as an intern in big companies. Seeing this, Shu is impressed and asks, "Despite so many skills, what are you doing here?" Shuan says, "There are a lot of restrictions in big companies, and I want to explore myself." Hearing this, Shu becomes even happier and tells about his company. In the next scene, Shuan goes to look for a house for rent, and because it was expensive, Shuan makes an excuse and leaves from there. But because the gate was closed, Shuan first throws her bag towards that side, and then to cross the gate, she climbs on top of it and gets stuck. Then Shuan asks for help from the boy sitting nearby, and that boy looks up at her and throws her bag back, so Shuan shouts at him saying, "Get me down!" That boy tells Shuan a way to get down, but Shuan was still scared. So that boy shakes the gate hard, because of which Shuan falls down and starts crying. Before Shuan could say something to him, that boy runs away from there. In the next scene, Shuan goes to see a house with another person. That person's name is Mao. Shuan likes that house a lot. In the next scene, we see the male lead, Zinan, and this is the same boy who had made Shuan fall. Then he gets a call from Mao, who tells him everything, where we learn that this house belongs to Zinan. In the next scene, Mao tells Shuan the rules of that house, that cooking is prohibited here, and bringing strangers is also prohibited, and the house must be kept neat and clean. Shuan agrees. In the next scene, Shuan goes to the company, and Yu Qing, who is an employee of the 88th company, tells about the other employees, Li Na, Chief Li, and Tian. In the next scene, everyone is sitting in the meeting room, and Shu gives everyone their work and gives Shuan the previous project to work on. In the next scene, Shuan asks Yu Qing, "We got work from such a big company, but no one is happy. Why?" Yu Qing says that those people can never compete at their design level because Director Zhe is quite strict, who makes them redo the work repeatedly if he doesn't like it. And this director is none other than Zinan. In the next scene, Shuan was working until after everyone left, and after finishing the work, she sends it to the client. But the client does not like the work and tells Shuan to eat boiling fish so that she can get some sense. In the next scene, Shuan goes to get fish. When she selects the fish, she finds out that this fish has already been taken by Zinan. Seeing this, she is shocked, but Zinan leaves the fish for her and leaves. Seeing this, Shuan gets angry. In the next scene, Shuan lies to her mom on a call that she is going out to eat with her colleagues. But Zinan overhears these things of hers. When Shuan looks back, she gets quite scared seeing Zinan and thinks that Zinan is following her. Zinan says that, "I am not that free, I live in this same apartment." Then he makes fun of Shuan's story about eating. Now they are going in the lift together, so Shuan was surprised by the fact that her floor and mine are the same. Now both are shocked by this fact because their houses are facing each other. But Shuan did not know that this house belonged to Zinan. Zinan asks her, "Are you alone?" So Shuan says, "I also have a boyfriend." In the next scene, Shuan forgets the second rule of the contract and starts cooking and takes out all her anger on the food and makes very spicy food. But when she remembers the contract thing, she calls Mao and says, "Sorry." On the other side, Zinan had a problem with spicy food. He calls Mao and tells him that Shuan apologized to me and she won't do it again from now on. In the next scene, Zinan receives a parcel. When he opens the parcel, there are ladies' garments inside, which shocks Zinan. In the next scene, Shuan was talking on the phone, and Zinan was about to put the parcel at her door and run. But Shuan hears the noise and comes out and asks, "What are you doing outside my house?" Zinan says that your parcel got delivered to me. Now Shuan gets angry at Zinan because he had opened the parcel. During this, the parcel falls down and the garments come out. Shuan says that, "This is not mine. You are ruining my privacy and this is against the rules." But Zinan goes back to his house. Now Shuan tells her friend everything, and Shuan learns that these garments were sent by her friend for her. Now Shuan quietly takes those garments back. In the next scene, Shuan is working late at night, and she hears a sound. When she looks outside through the keyhole, a thief was roaming outside, which scares Shuan a lot, and she picks up an umbrella and goes outside to check. Then her door gets locked and she had forgotten to bring the key. Now Shuan knocks on Zinan's door. When he opens the door, Shuan keeps staring at his body and composes herself. Then she tells Zinan everything, and Zinan tells her to call her boyfriend. Shuan says, "Please let me go to my house from the balcony." Then she apologizes to Zenan for her behavior. Now Zenan takes her to his balcony. Before he could say something, Shuan goes to her balcony. Zenan says that, "I also have another key to your house." Shuan thinks that he was the thief. So she starts hitting Zenan. Zenan says that, "I am your landlord." In the next scene, Chief Lee introduces Zhang to everyone and tells them that the food company Shuan is working for belongs to them. In the next scene, Shuan asks Yu Qing for a way to handle Chief Lee, so Yu Qing tells her that Chief Lee's favorite milk tea is the way. In the next scene, Shuan goes to the store to get Chief Lee's favorite milk tea. Just then, Mao and Zenan also go to the store for a survey. When Shuan was running there, Zenan sees her and he sends Mao to survey another store and goes after Shuan himself. Now Shuan accidentally bumps into Zenan and the cup falls from her hand, so Shuan starts crying, seeing which Zenan goes to get another cup. So Shuan says that this was the last cup. Now she starts crying even more, so Zenan shouts at her and they both start arguing. Now Zenan calls Mao and asks him to get a cup. In the next scene, Yu Qing goes to drop Shuan at her house. When they reach home, Shuan sends a pic to Zenan in which she was trapped in chains. Zenan thinks that Shuan has been kidnapped. Now he calls Shuan and tells her to call the police. But Shuan had come to the shop and she asks Zenan for some money. So Zenan thinks that the kidnapper has demanded money, so he sends money to Shuan. In the next scene, Yu Qing is trying to open Shuan's door lock, but the lock breaks and Zenan hears this sound. When he goes inside, both mistake each other for a thief and start fighting. Shuan hears their voices and comes running. Here, Zenan and Yu Qing are sometimes pulling hair and sometimes ears, which was quite funny to watch. Now, Shuan starts hitting Zenan, mistaking him for a thief. When she realizes, she apologizes to Zenan, but Zenan goes back to his house. In the next scene, Shuan leaves Yu Qing and goes back home, and Zenan is waiting for her. Zenan takes the key from Shuan's hand, opens the door, and repairs the lock. Seeing this, Shuan is impressed by him, and as a thank you, has dinner with him. But just then, Shuan gets a message about work, and she kicks Zenan out with the food and says that, "I have work today." Seeing this, Zenan says nothing. In the next scene, Shuan and Zenan get ready for the office. When Zenan comes out, Shuan had prepared a lunchbox for him and had also put a note in it. Seeing this, Zenan is very happy. In the next scene, Zenan is going to the office by car, and he sees Shuan running on the road, so he gives her a lift. Now Shuan sits in the car and is very happy to see her lunchbox and says that, "You can consider this lunchbox as payment for the lift." Zenan says that, "Do I look like a driver?" Shuan pulls the seatbelt, so Zenan helps her, and during this, Zenan gets quite close to Shuan, because of which Shuan's heartbeat increases. In the next scene, Zenan was very happy opening the lunchbox, but he sees spices in the food and he starts coughing. Just then, Mao comes there. Looking at the food, his mouth waters. Now Zhang comes there and tells Zenan to check the pin android. In the next scene, Chief Lee is getting angry at Shuan for losing the pin android. In the next scene, Yu Qing asks Shuan to remember the pin android, so Shuan says that the pin android must be in Zenan's car. So he calls Zenan and tells him everything. So Zenan sends the location, "You come and check yourself." In the next scene, Shuan checks the car, but she does not find the pin android. So Zenan asks, "What was in that pin android?" Shuan says that, "It had the work that I did by staying up all night yesterday." So Zenan remembers that he had gotten the car washed, the pin android must have been lost there. Shuan says that, "I had to give it to Party A today." But Zenan, being busy, goes back to his cabin. Just then it starts raining and Zenan takes an umbrella and goes to find Shuan, who was sitting and working in a shop. Zenan starts walking towards her. Just then, Yu Qing comes there, who sees Shuan crying and puts his hand on her head. Seeing this, Zenan gets jealous. In the next scene, Shuan takes a new design to Zhang, and he likes that design. So she goes and tells all this to Chief Lee. In the next scene, Shuan and Zenan had come to the hospital. Shuan was late because of traffic and was apologizing to Zenan, but Zenan was not talking to her. When they go into the lift starts shaking, because of which Zenan gets scared. But as soon as the lift stops, Zenan gets back into attitude. Then the lift light goes out and Zenan gets quite scared and grabs Shuan's legs. Shuan tries to calm him down. Just then, the light comes back, so Zenan crawls out on his knees. Seeing him like this, Shuan starts laughing, but Zenan ignores her words. Now they are going back home, and Shuan sees a poster of Jiru Xing. Seeing the poster, Shuan goes crazy. So Zenan says that, "If you make a request to me, I will get you his autograph." Shuan says that Jiru Xing has been called for the promotion of the Bean Shell project, and this project has been given to our company. Hearing this, Zenan asks the name of her company, so Shuan tells him 88ed Company. In the next scene, Shuan goes home and she does not have the key. Just then, Zenan comes there, and he understands that Shuan has lost the key again. So he tells her to wait at his house, but Shuan refuses him and calls the key person. So the person says that I will come after 3 hours. So Shuan goes to Zainan's house and cooks spicy food. Zainan covers his nose seeing this. Zainan asks her, how do you eat such spicy food daily? Shuan says that we can eat spicy food in sad and happy moods. Zainan asks, how is your mood now? Shuan says that some crazy director from AOK company has rejected my work. If I find that director, I will not spare him. Hearing all this, Zainan hides his ID card because he was the director of that company. Now Shuan asks Zainan about his work, so Zainan says that I am an ordinary office worker. Then Shuan starts thinking of ways to impress Party A. So Zainan explains to her that you have to impress yourself, not people, and also gives many pieces of advice. Now Shuan goes home and thinks about Zainan's words and works well and sends it to Shu. Shu likes that work and says that tomorrow you have to represent this work at AOK company. In the next scene, Shuan is running to the company again, and Zainan notices her and says that, are you running for your wedding? So Shuan asks him for a lift, but Shuan was scared that Party A might reach before her because Party A was Zainan. Therefore, he says that maybe Party A hasn't reached yet. Shuan says, how do you know? Zainan says that, I guessed. Shuan says that, if your guess is wrong, I will not spare you. In the next scene, Chief Lee tells Shuan that, I will represent this project. Shuan is sad seeing Chief Lee's name on the project and leaves from there. Now Zainan goes to the conference room and asks Chief Lee, are you alone? Chief Lee says that this project is mine and I will represent it. In the next scene, Shuan is sitting and crying. Just then, Zainan brings cotton candy for her, seeing which Shuan starts crying even more. Now Zainan takes Shuan to a restaurant and orders spicy food for her. Shuan says that you didn't like spicy food. Zainan says that you were the one who said we can eat spicy food in every mood. Now Zainan explains to her that next time you work even harder so that your name is put on the project yourself. Now Shuan had drunk too much, so Zainan handles her. In the next scene, Zainan puts Shuan to sleep at her house, where Shuan is bad-mouthing Party A. The next morning, Shuan opens her eyes and is scared to see Zainan sleeping beside her and falls down. But this was her dream, about which she gets quite shy. In the next scene, Zainan goes to the balcony to freshen up, and he sees that Shuan is sitting quite worried. So he writes something on a paper and throws it towards Shuan. When Shuan looks towards him, Zainan asks, you haven't slept yet? Shuan says that I was just about to sleep. So Zainan says goodnight to her and leaves from there. Now Shuan opens that paper, and it was written on it that starting is always difficult and we should never back down. Reading this, Shuan starts smiling. In the next scene, Zainan is exercising. Just then, Shuan comes from behind and starts to scare him. As soon as she puts her hand on his shoulder, Zainan twists her arm in self-defense. When he sees that it is Shuan, he apologizes to her. Shuan is in a good mood, so she forgives him. Just then, blood starts coming from Zainan's nose. So Shuan says that, my luck is bad when I meet you. Zainan leaves from there. In the next scene, Shuan is sitting, and Zainan brings an ice pack for her. Shuan says that, Party A is not that bad because of him. I am serious about work. Hearing this, Zainan is happy. In the next scene, Shuan is going home. Just then, Zainan comes there, so Shuan asks him about his work again. Zainan says that it is a secret. Just then, Zainan gets a call from Mao, but he cuts the call, but then a call comes again. So Shuan takes the phone and says that I will teach him a lesson. But because it was a video call, she gives the mobile back. Now Zainan attends the call, so Shuan recognizes Mao's voice and she understands that Party A is none other than Zainan. In the next scene, Zainan and Shuan are sitting in a restaurant, and Zainan is apologizing for hiding all this. Shuan is not agreeing and says that if you eat spicy food, I will forgive you. Zainan agrees and starts eating spicy food. Shuan is laughing at him because Zainan's condition was getting bad. Shuan stops him, but he does not stop. In the next scene, Zainan goes to 88 Ed Company and says that I want to take Shuan with me for 3 days so that she can get ready for a better plan, for which everyone agrees. In the next scene, Zainan takes Shuan to a place where tea leaves are treated with traditional methods. Seeing this, Shuan is happy. Now, Zainan introduces Shuan to Uncle Liu, where Shuan learns that these people supply the leaves for bean shell milk tea. When Shuan drinks the tea, she likes it. Uncle Liu does not get much profit from this, but their objective is to deliver good tea to people. Now Uncle Liu mistakes them for a couple, but Shuan clarifies everything. After Uncle Liu leaves, Zainan tells Shuan that I like Uncle Liu because of his natural method, and I learned a lot from him. Shuan understands that bean shell milk tea is popular because of the leaves, not because of the milk. In the next scene, because of Shuan, that project goes to 88 Ed Company. Now Zenan says to Shuan that, I have helped you so much and in return, I want to eat spicy food. In the next scene, Zenan and Shuan are sitting in a restaurant. Just then, Miss Hu comes, who was Zenan's ex-girlfriend. Zenan is shocked to see her. Now, Hu sits with Zenan and Shuan. Shuan says that, we are having personal talks here. So Hu gets up to leave and says that, we have a lot of memories here. Before Hu could say something, Zenan takes Shuan and leaves from there. In the next scene, Shuan is waiting for the bus. Just then, Zenan comes there, so he gives her a lift, but Shuan ignores him. But due to traffic, she has to sit in the car. On the way, Shuan asks Zenan for an explanation. Why did he leave from there yesterday? Zenan does not give any answer. Shuan asks, is Hu your ex-girlfriend? So Zenan stops the car, so Shuan gets out of the car and bothers him, but Zenan keeps shouting at her. In the next scene, Zenan parks the car and he sees Shuan's lunchbox. He texts Shuan. In the next scene, Hu goes to 88 Ed Company and asks Shuan to do her project. In the next scene, Shuan goes to Hu to plan the project, so she takes Shuan to a birthday party. In the next scene, Zenan is waiting for Shuan, and as soon as she comes, he pretends to throw garbage, but it is not Shuan, it is someone else. Now, Zenan starts taking out the garbage from the dustbin. Just then, Shuan comes there and sees him. So Zenan says that, I was looking for my missing paper. Then Zenan asks, why did you come so late? So Shuan tells everything. So Zenan congratulates her and throws the garbage in anger. In the next scene, Hu likes Shuan's script. Now Yu Qing and Shuan make a video on the script and upload it, and it gets a lot of views. In the next scene, Zenan is doing his work. Just then, the door knocks. Zenan opens the door, and Shuan comes to ask for help with the presentation, and she also brings noodles for him. Zenan refuses her and asks, who told you that I like noodles? Shuan says that, you had mentioned it on the calendar. Zenan says that, I did that to avoid junk food, but when Shuan makes noodles and brings them, Zenan eats them immediately. Now Shuan asks him for help with the presentation, so Zenan shows her his presentation and explains it to her. Hearing Zenan's words, Shuan gets an idea and she immediately goes to write it down, seeing which Zenan smiles. In the next scene, Shuan finishes her work and goes to the balcony, and Zenan is standing there, seeing whom Shuan goes inside and brings her presentation report and reads it out to him. As soon as Shuan starts reading, she is not able to read properly, seeing which Zenan starts laughing. Then Shuan gives him the script to read. When Zenan reads the script, Shuan calls him handsome and shyly goes inside. In the next scene, Shuan, Yu Qing, and Zenan go to a park. When Shuan says they should go on the roller coaster, Zenan is shocked because he was scared of rides. But Shuan is not allowed to go on the ride because of her heel, but Shuan forces Zenan to sit with Yu Qing, where as soon as the ride starts, Zenan's condition gets bad. In the next scene, everyone goes to the shoot, and after the shooting ends, Zenan starts talking to Shuan. Just then, the light stand starts falling on Shuan, so Zenan catches Shuan, and due to the push, they both roll and fall, seeing which the rest of the people start making videos. Because Shuan is injured, Zenan lifts her on his shoulder. In the next scene, Zenan takes Shuan to the hospital. After the checkup, the doctor tells Zenan to take Shuan outside. Shuan is leaving, so Zenan lifts her. In the meantime, Yu Qing brings a wheelchair, so Zenan makes her sit in the wheelchair. Now Yu Qing and Shuan are leaving. Just then, Shu and Chief Li are there. Chief Li says, where is our mom? Shu says, she is sleeping at home. In the next scene, Yu Qing is taking care of Shuan. Shuan tells him to go, seeing him troubled since morning. Just then, the doorbell rings, and Zenan is there. Yu Qing and Zenan are not happy at all to see each other. Yu Qing says bye to Shuan and leaves from there. Now Zenan says to Shuan that, my kitchen gas is finished, so I have come to cook in your kitchen. Shuan says, my kitchen is here. You can cook. But Zenan had come to cook for Shuan, not for himself. As soon as he puts the spices in the food, he starts coughing. Seeing this, Shuan asks, you didn't like spices? Zenan says that, I am preparing for the next project. So Shuan also starts helping him. Now, somehow they manage to cook food, so Shuan asks him to click a picture, because they had cooked together for the first time. Now they get quite close while clicking the photo. Zenan quickly clicks the photo and moves back, and then they both have dinner together. In the next scene, Shuan's leg pain is gone, and she is about to go to the company. Just then, Zenan comes from behind and says that, you are not well yet. So Shuan starts acting in pain. When Zenan asks, Shuan says that, I am going to the computer room to check Hu's video. So Zenan says he will go with her. In the next scene, Yu Qing is watching Hu's video. Just then Zenon and Shuan come. Now after finishing the work, Zenon and Yuqing are fighting over taking Shuan with them. Yuqing says that Shuan is my employee. She will go with me. Zenon says that I am her party A. She will go with me. Shuan tells Yuqing to go because she cannot refuse Party A's order. Now, Shuan starts pretending to be in pain, so Zenon starts to lift her, so Shuan says that I am fine. Zenon gets angry and leaves from there. In the next scene, Zenon asks Shuan a question during work, the answer to which he already knows. So Shuan understands that Zenon has called her for no reason, but just like that. Just then, Shuan gets a call from Yuqing, and he tells her that your video with Zenon has become quite viral. In the next scene, all the people in 88 Ed Company are watching that video. So Shuan is smiling after seeing that video. In the next scene, Mao shows that video to Zenon. Zenon puts Mao to work and leaves from there. Now Zenon is smiling watching his video. In the next scene, a lady is looking for her daughter-in-law, hearing whose voice, Shu and Chief Li come out saying, Mom. Now everyone is surprised to see that Shu and Chief Li are a couple. In the next scene, Chief Li tells Shuan that she did not buy the copyright for the sound from Ji Ruxing, so they have filed a case against them. In the next scene, Zenon calls Shuan and tells her to meet Ji Ruxing. When Shuan goes there, due to the rush, she cannot meet him and calls Zenon to tell him, so Zenon is coming there. But just then, Yuqing comes, whose voice Zenon hears. In the next scene, Yuqing takes Shuan to a restaurant and says that I am waiting for my friend. After a lot of waiting, Shuan says, do you even have a friend or not? How can someone make someone wait like this? Just then, Ji Ruxing enters there and meets Yuqing in a dance style, which surprises Shuan. Now Yuqing introduces Ji Ruxing to Shuan. So Ji Ruxing says that, you are my friend, so I will not take action on the copyright. And in return, he asks for 2 bowls of meat, hearing which Shuan orders 10 bowls. In the next scene, Zenon goes to 88 Ed Company and tells Shuan to stop the shoot because the reviews were not good at all. Yuqing tells Zenon to stay cool, but Zenon tells Shuan to stop the shoot. Shuan agrees. Then Zenon angrily asks Shuan about the next plan, so Shuan shouts and says that you are not the only one who works hard, even if my IQ level is not as high as yours. I have also worked. Saying this, she leaves from there. Yuqing says to Zenon that you went too far today. Shuan works all night, but you did not appreciate her. Zenon goes after her, but she had already left from there. In the next scene, guilt is visible on Zenon's face for scolding Shuan, and he messages Shuan to say sorry, but then he deletes it and asks for the plan. In the next scene, Yuqing takes Shuan to an expensive restaurant. Yuqing says that this treat is from my side. Just then, Shuan gets a message from Zenon, so Yuqing tells her to reply later. In the next scene, when Zenon does not get a reply from Shuan, he calls her, but just then Shuan comes to the door. When he opens the door, Shuan says sorry to him. Zenon also says sorry to her, seeing which Shuan is quite shocked and says, where did the sun rise from today? Zenon says that, you thought I was so rude? Now on Zenon's asking, Shuan asks for a drink. Zenon asks her, why didn't you reply to me? Shuan says that, I did not have any plan. Now Shuan makes noodles for Zenon. After making noodles, they are eating together, so Shuan asks, why do you like making cartoons so much? Zenon tells that as a child we did not have a TV at home, and because I was alone, I started drawing my imagination. Just then, Mao messages Shuan the reason for Zenon's strictness, so Shuan understands. In the next scene, Shuan was sitting and working. Just then, Li Na comes there and asks, do you like Zenon? Shuan says that living with a person like him makes you feel like dying. Just then, Zenon comes there, seeing whom Shuan and Li Na start to leave, so Zenon stops them. Li Na leaves Shuan and goes from there. Now Zenon asks Shuan about the plan, but Shuan does not have a plan, so Zenon tells her his plan. In the next scene, Shuan gets a call from her actor that I will not come. Hearing this, everyone gets worried. Just then, Zenon says that I will act, but Shuan is scared that something might go wrong. Now the shooting starts, and Zenon gives the performance. After the video is shot, Zenon feeds hot pot to everyone, but no one likes it because they liked spicy food. Now Shuan watches that video, which has become quite viral, seeing which all the people are happy and ask him to keep spicy dishes, but Zenon refuses. Tian tells everyone that there is another hot pot in our company, which is kept on another table, so all the people leave Zenon with his food and go to the other table. Yuqing taunts Zenon that, don't know how people eat alone. Seeing this, Shuan puts a piece in Zenon's plate and requests him to eat it. Following Shuan's words, Zenan eats the food and his condition starts getting bad. Therefore, Shuan starts taking care of him. Seeing them like this, Lena asks, "Do you love each other?" So Shuan tells her to shut her mouth. In the next scene, Shuan had run out of money and was eating snacks while leaving home. Zenan asks her, "What are you eating in the morning?" So Shuan says that, "What do you know how difficult it is to survive at the month end?" In the next scene, Zenan takes Shuan to a restaurant and orders food for her. So Shuan says that, "When I become rich, I will give you a very big treat." Zenan makes fun of her words, seeing which Shuan writes this down and gives it to him with a thumbprint, seeing which Zenan starts smiling. In the next scene, Shu tells everyone that they have got an advertisement shoot, and director Shi-Yan has been called for this. In the next scene, Tien brings director Shi-Yan, so Shu shows him the script, so Shi-Yan puts a lot of conditions, hearing which everyone is shocked. In the next scene, Zenan is smiling looking at Shuan's paper. Just then Mao comes and says, "Will it be right to get the advertisement shoot done by 88ed Company?" Zenan says that their previous projects are quite good, and this is the decision of the top management. Mao says that they have gotten stuck by hiring Shi-Yan. Zenan says that, "I will keep an eye on them myself." Mao bothers Zenan, seeing him worried. Just then, coffee falls from Zenan's hand onto the paper, so Mao throws the paper in the dustbin. Seeing this, Zenan angrily tells him to leave from there. After he leaves, Zenan starts taking out that paper from the dustbin, and Mao comes back and starts bothering Zenan. In the next scene, Zenan asks Shuan, "How is your work with the director going?" Shuan starts bad-mouthing the director quite a lot, so Zenan explains to her that if you work well, you will get to work with very good directors in the future. In the next scene, director Shi-Yan leaves work because he could not get a car. Now everyone is sitting worried, where to find a director? So Tien brings a street food vendor, who looks like Shi-Yan. Everyone together starts teaching him the director's gestures, but that person's face still looks unhappy. In the next scene, everyone goes for the shooting and sets up the stage. Now, after everything is ready, Ji Ruxing and Wang come there with Zenan. Wang goes straight to meet the director. When Wang extends his hand, the director thinks it is also some kind of gesture, so he shouts, "Action!" and everyone starts running. Seeing this, Wang is also surprised. The director now falls down in confusion. Now the shoot starts. So Shu signals him. Zenan sees this and understands that everyone is in on it. In the next scene, during the break, Shuan is talking to Tien. Just then, Zenan comes there, so Tien leaves. Now Shuan starts praising the food, but Zenan asks her, "How much money did you give the director?" Shuan says that it is a secret. Hearing this, Zenan asks her the truth so that he can help them. Shuan also tells Zenan the truth. Now Zenan says that, "My shoulder is hurting, if someone could press my shoulder." So Shuan gets up to give him a fake massage with her dirty hands, where Zenan starts running away, seeing her dirty hands. So Shuan also goes after him to bother him. In the next scene, the shooting continues, so Shu signals cut. So Wang sees it and asks the reason for the cut. So the director says that the actor's acting looks like a steamed bun. Hearing this, Wang does not understand anything, and now he asks the director, "Which movie have you made?" So the director uses the excuse of the washroom and starts running away. So Ji Ruxing catches him and tells him that, "I have worked with him a lot and he is a very popular director." In the next scene, Shu tells everyone in 88ed Company that people liked their film. Hearing this, everyone is happy. In the next scene, Shuan was watching the advertisement they shot with Zenan, and she is very happy. Zenan sees her like this and calls her cute and tells her that, "When my first advertisement was shot, I was even happier than this." Shuan thanks Zenan, so Zenan says, "How should I thank you?" So Shuan asks him to give her a hug. When they both hug, someone clicks their picture. In the next scene, Zenan was working at his house, and Shuan was watching a movie. Just then, the light goes out, so Shuan starts screaming. Just then, the door knocks. Shuan opens the door, and Zenan comes with a toolbox. As soon as Zenan opens the main board, there is sparking, which scares Zenan. Shuan starts making fun of him and says, "Are you scared? It is common to be scared, right? If you were not scared, you would be a robot." Hearing Shuan's words, Zenan also starts smiling and says that, "Wait at my place until the electrician comes." When they reach the door, Zenan remembers that he forgot the key inside. Shuan smiles and goes towards the balcony. Zenan stops her and goes after her, but she jumps to Zenan's balcony, so Zenan says that, "I locked the window since you came to my balcony." Now Shuan comes back and says to Zenan that, "This is your house, you can sleep." Shuan tells him to sleep on the sofa and goes inside herself. Now, in the middle of the night, Zenan is troubled by the sound of cats and goes to Shuan and asks for something to put in his ears, but Shuan does not wake up. So Zenan says that, "If you don't wake up, I will sleep next to you." But Shuan still does not wake up. In the next scene, in the morning, Shuan opens her eyes and accidentally puts her foot on Zenan's foot and falls on him, so both scream and move away from each other. Shuan asks, "What are you doing here?" Zenan does not answer this, and just then the lock person arrives, hearing whose voice Zenan leaves from there. In the next scene, Zenan is sitting holding his leg. Just then Mao comes and asks, "What happened?" Zenan says that, "I slept at Shuan's house last night." Hearing this, Mao is excited, but Zenan clarifies his misunderstanding and asks how to read girls' minds. So Mao says that no one has been able to find the answer to this. Then Mao asks, "What is going on between you and Shuan?" So Zenan starts smiling. Mao leaves him there and goes. In the next scene, Shu tells Shuan to talk to Zenan to collect the payment for the advertisement. In the next scene, Zhou and the rest of the people are getting angry at Zenan, seeing the picture of Zenan and Shuan. Just then, Shuan comes there. When Zenan comes out, he messages Mao that he should send Shuan away from here. In the next scene, Zhou asks Zenan about his relationship with Shuan, so Zenan says that, "I am her party A and landlord." So Zhou tells him to stay away from Shuan. In the next scene, Shuan was keeping an eye on Zenan's flat. Just then, the light in Zenan's house turns on, so Shuan calls him, but Zenan cuts her call and comes out and says, "If you are here, why are you calling me?" Shuan says that, "Now we should not meet, because then someone will click our photo." Zenan calls Shuan closer and asks, "Are you worried about me?" Shuan says yes and says that this will keep you safe. Zenan says that I will solve this matter myself. Shuan says that I am also involved in this and I am ready to give an explanation. Zenan says, "What will you explain?" Shuan says that our relationship is only of party A and party B. Zenan says, "Is this really our relationship?" Hearing this, Shuan goes into a dream where Shuan says to Zenan, "You are my boyfriend." Hearing this, Zenan starts coming closer to her, so Shuan thinks that he is going to kiss her, so she closes her eyes. But when she opens her eyes, she is surprised that it was a dream, and she starts blushing. In the next scene, Zenan was writing his and Shuan's story and was smiling. In the next scene, Shuan is sleeping. Just then, Zenan knocks on the door to wake her up. When Shuan opens the door, she is shocked because Zenan was wearing a mask. Zenan tells her that, "I have developed an allergy." At this, Shuan starts laughing. Zenan says that, "Come with me to get medicine." Shuan refuses, so Zenan starts complaining about her to Shu, so Shuan agrees. In the next scene, Shuan and Zenan are coming after getting medicine. Just then, some things start falling on Shuan, so Zenan saves her. Just then, Hu comes out. They are surprised to see each other. Now Hu, Shuan, and Zenan are sitting together, so Hu thinks they are a couple. Seeing this, Zenan does not say anything, so Hu says to Zenan that Shuan is perfect for you. Shuan asks Zenan for an explanation, so Zenan changes the topic. In the next scene, when Zenan and Shuan go home, Zenan says to Shuan that, "I am hungry." Shuan says that, "If you are hungry, you cook yourself." Zenan says that, "The sooner I get well, the sooner I will leave you, so you will have to help me." Just then, Shuan is working in Zenan's kitchen, so Zenan is watching her with great pleasure. In the next scene, Hu tells Shuan to go on a blind date with a chef's son, and in return promises to give her a 3-year agreement. In the next scene, Shuan goes on a blind date with that boy. Now at night, Zenan was looking at the same blind date photo of Shuan and was getting quite jealous. Just then, Shuan comes, so Zenan says that, "You seem to be in a good mood." Shuan says that, "I went to the blind date corner today where I had a lot of fun." Zenan says to make her jealous that, "I will also go on a date. If you like any girl for me, tell me." Shuan says yes. Just then, she gets a message from that boy, which Shuan reads loudly as she goes inside, so Zenan starts looking at her and gets jealous. In the next scene, Shu and Shuan go to meet a client for a project. On the other hand, Zhou tells Zenan that, "Your transfer to the headquarters has been done." Hearing this, Zenan gets sad. In the next scene, Shuan and Shu meet that client, and they also get the project. Shu says that, "I will bring the contract tomorrow." So the client says that it would be better if Shuan brings the contract. In the next scene, Shuan was very happy about the project. Just then that client comes, and on the pretext of shaking her hand, he starts touching Shuan. Then that client starts forcing himself on Shuan. Just then, Zenan comes there and starts hitting him. Shu comes and separates both of them and takes the client with him. Now, Zenan and Shuan start looking at each other. Shuan says sorry to Zenan that such a big problem happened because of me. In the next scene, Zenan goes to Zhou and says he wants to resign. Zhou says, "What do you want?" Zenan says that, "Before I did not know, but now I know where my destination is." In the next scene, Zenan holds Shuan's hand and asks her to walk with him. Seeing which, Shuan starts thinking that, "It seems that all the luck of the world has come to me, and this moment is the best for me." Then both smile and leave from there. In the next scene, Mao was not letting Zenan go, and he was also not leaving Zinan's belongings. Mao asks Zinan for an explanation, so Zinan says that I am leaving by my own will. Mao says that, okay, I will also resign. Zinan says with a laugh that after I leave, these people will also kick you out from here. Mao gets scared, so Zinan says that I was just joking. In the next scene, Zinan is leaving the company and Zhou is watching him. As Zinan is leaving, he wants to suggest someone for the design department, where Zhou understands that he is definitely taking Shuan's name. They both look at each other and smile. In the next scene, Zinan was eating noodles in a restaurant, and Shuan sees him and asks, "You don't have any work today, and what are you doing here?" Zinan says that, "I have quit my job." Shuan thinks that he has been fired because of me. Zinan says that, "This is my personal decision, and now I want to play." Shuan says, "How will you manage expenses?" Zinan says that, "I have savings. If they run out, you will keep paying me rent." In the meantime, Shuan's order comes, so she says that this treat will be because of you. In the next scene, Shuan finds online jobs and takes the list to Zinan. Zinan becomes happy and says that, "You did this for me?" Shuan says that, "First you did it for me and now it is my turn." Zinan drops that list and says that, "If you really want to do something for me, let's go trekking together." In the next scene, during the trekking, Zinan's condition had become quite bad halfway, and Shuan was shouting at him, "You yourself wanted to come here and you yourself fell down. You are so weak." Zinan says that, "I was carrying all the stuff, you had nothing." So Shuan picks up all the stuff and shouts that Zinan is quite weak, hearing which Zinan immediately gets up and goes after her. Now, when Zinan and Shuan reached the top, it had started raining there, but Zinan still wanted to set up a camp. He says, crying that, "I have come here with so much effort and I will not leave from here without setting up a camp." Seeing Zinan crying like a child, Shuan gets worried and tells him to come, but Zinan insists, so Shuan says that I have space for a camp. In the next scene, Shuan had set up a camp in her house, and she invites Zinan inside, but Zinan refuses. So Shuan says that I have put in so much effort, you come just once. Zinan goes inside, and Shuan tells him to feel the star-like light. Then they both lie down, and Shuan starts rolling around, because of which they both get quite close and start looking into each other's eyes. Shuan gets quite awkward and starts to leave on the pretext of getting food, but Zinan stops her and says that the food is inside, so lie down and talk to me. Now Zinan starts telling his story here that I had a hobby of designing, but when I came to Shanghai, I got a marketing job, so I promised myself that I would do designing after 7 years. Shuan says, "Wow, you are so clear about your goals and I don't even know what to do next." Then Shuan shows Zinan the email from Aoki Company, in which she had been offered a job. Zinan asks Shuan for her decision, so Shuan says that I am confused. Zinan explains to her. Shuan asks, "Were you ever confused?" Zinan says that I did not even get time to be confused. In the next scene, Shuan goes to Aoki Company, and instead of the design department, she goes to the marketing department where someone named Wu Kai has been hired in Zinan's place. Shuan goes to him, and Wu says that the design department has called you. Shuan says that I want a job in marketing. Just then, Wu's assistant comes and gives his job resignation and leaves. So Wu offers Shuan the assistant's job. In the next scene, Shuan gets a call from Aoki Company, who ask her to join the company soon, but Shuan asks for a few days. Just then, Zinan comes there. So Shuan asks, "Will my decision be right?" Zinan says that, "Without making a decision, how will you know if it is right or wrong?" In the next scene, Shuan takes the resignation letter to Shu, but seeing him worried about her, Shuan changes her decision. Just then, the resignation letter falls from her hand, so Shu picks it up and reads it and gives her a few days' time. In the next scene, Shuan is talking to her mom. When she ends the call, the door knocks. When Shuan opens the door, Chief Li is there. She asks Shuan for her decision, so Shuan says that I will work at 88 Ed Company. Chief Li tells her her point of view. She gives Shuan her resignation letter back and says that we have fired you so that you can make a decision. Seeing this, Shuan gets emotional. Now after Chief Li leaves, Shuan is standing on the balcony, and Zinan comes and asks her the reason for being sad. So Shuan says that I have been fired from 88 Ed Company. Hearing this, Zinan is shocked. So Shuan says that I know they have done all this for my good. Zinan says that Shu could only do this much for you. Now you have to move forward yourself. Shuan says that this company has taught me a lot. Zinan says that everyone is supporting you so that you can move forward in your design career. Shuan says that I want to work in marketing, just like you. Zinan says that the new director is quite rude. In the next scene, Shuan's mom calls and tells her that I am coming to you. Hearing this, Shuan starts cleaning quickly, but she is making so much noise that her voice reaches Zinan, because of which he is troubled and stops working and starts starts cooking. But Shuan's noise was increasing and Zainan was also not able to cook properly. Now Zainan gets angry and goes to Shuan's house. When Shuan opens the door, Zainan tells her to stop the noise. Shuan says that, "I do not have time to argue." Saying this, she starts working again. Zainan asks her, "How was your first day at Aoki Company?" Shuan says that nothing special. Zainan, seeing Shuan like this, asks her the reason for her hurry. So Shuan tells him that, "My mom is coming tomorrow. If she finds out that I live in a dirty house, I will be in trouble." Shuan asks Zainan for help to put the stuff in the cupboard. Then when they try to close the cupboard, both the doors break, seeing which Zainan is shocked, and Shuan starts crying, asking what she will do now. In the next scene, Zainan goes back to his house. First, Shuan asks for help angrily, but then she emotionally blackmails him. But Zainan closes the door, seeing which Shuan threatens him that, "If you do not open the door, I will take my own life." So Zainan says with great pleasure that, "Yes, yes, take your life, no problem." Hearing which Shuan's anger increases, and she starts hitting her head on the door. Zainan is watching her through the keyhole, so he opens the door and asks, "Have you gone mad?" Shuan says, "Will you help me or not?" Now Zainan helps her unwillingly. Then Shuan was putting her clothes at Zinan's house because they were changing houses for a few days. Now Zainan is at Shuan's house, and seeing all the stuff scattered, his condition gets bad. Shuan says to Zinan, "Food is kept in the fridge. You can eat." Zainan tells Shuan to clean the house, ignoring which Shuan says thank you and leaves from there. In the next scene, Zinan goes back to his house to find something, but he sees that Shuan is sleeping, so he covers Shuan with a coat and starts looking for his stuff. But Shuan wakes up hearing the noise. Zinan asks Shuan, "Did you see my razor?" So Shuan also starts looking for it, but due to slipping, Shuan falls on Zainan, and both get quite scared. Shuan asks, "Are you hungry?" Then both go out to eat food. In the next scene, Shuan goes to pick up her mom with Zainan, but she tells Zainan to go back and goes to her mom. Now, Shuan is meeting her mom, and Zainan is watching from the car. When Shuan and her mom are going for a cab, Zainan comes there and acts as if they met accidentally. Now Zainan asks, "Are you people going to get a cab?" Shuan says yes, so Zainan says that will be quite expensive, I will drop you home myself. Saying this, he starts picking up the luggage himself. In the next scene, when they reach home, Shuan says to Zinan that, "Talk less with my mom, otherwise she will understand something else." Then Shuan is taking the luggage, but because the luggage is heavy, she is about to fall. So Shuan's mom asks Zinan for help, and Zinan helps her happily. Now Shuan's mom invites Zinan for food, but Shuan was trying to drive him away, but Zinan says that, "I will still come." Saying this, Zinan starts to leave, but he comes back and says that, "I live in the house opposite only." In the next scene, Hu tells someone on a call that, "Give me my license." But that person says that, "I cannot do anything. You talk to the landlord." When Hu calls the landlord, the call is not picked up. Then Hu messages him, so the message goes directly to Yu Qing because he was the landlord. In the next scene, Shuan's mom likes that house. Shuan says that, "I am very hungry, please cook food." Now mom is cooking food, so Shuan's face drops because there are only vegetables in the food. Shuan's mom asks to invite Zinan for food as well. In the next scene, when Zinan comes for food, he is very happy. Shuan's mom says that, "If Shuan bothers you, please forgive her." Shuan tells mom to be quiet, but mom puts food in Shuan's mouth and makes her quiet. When Zinan eats the food, he likes it. In the next scene, Shuan and her mom are standing on the balcony. So mom was just looking at Shuan's balcony. Shuan's mom says that, "Such a good boy lives with you, this must be fate." So Shuan says that Zinan does not like girls. As soon as they leave, Zinan comes out and overhears their conversation. In the next scene, Yu Qing asks Hu to be his girlfriend in front of his mom, and Hu agrees. In the next scene, Zainan is buying things in the market. Just then Shuan comes there, so Zainan says hi to her, but Shuan ignores him. So Zainan goes to Shuan and says, "Why did you ignore me?" Shuan says that, "I have come to get things for mom's soup." Hearing this, Zainan starts getting the things for them himself, and Shuan starts smiling looking at Zinan. In the next scene, Shuan's mom is cleaning the house, and she finds a razor. In the meantime, Shuan and Zinan come there. When they go inside, Shuan's mom is lying unconscious. In the next scene, Shuan's mom is in the hospital, and the doctor tells Shuan about mom's illness, so Shuan starts crying. So Zhao Nan encourages her that Auntie will be fine. There is nothing to worry about. Shuan tells Zhao Nan to go home and rest, but Zhao Nan asks her to come with him. Shuan refuses, and Zhao Nan goes home alone. In the next scene, Shuan is sitting sadly, so Zhao Nan comes there. Shuan asks, "You had left." Zinan says that, "I had gone to get soup for you." Shuan says that, "This is all my fault. I should not have come here and should have taken care of my mom." Zinan says that she will be fine. Just then, Shuan gets a call from Wu, who calls her to the company. Zinan says, "You go there, I will stay with Auntie." Now Zinan goes into the room, and he sees that Shuan's mom is not able to sleep because of the snoring of the other patient. The next day, when Shuan comes to the hospital, she sees that her mom is not there, so she asks at the reception, and they tell her that your boyfriend has shifted the patient to another room. Now when Shuan goes to her mom, she says that, "Take me from here because this will be quite expensive." Shuan asks mom to rest there for a few days. Then mom says to Shuan that Zinan is a very good boy. He helps us every time. Shuan also agrees with this. Now Shuan's mom asks Shuan about the razor, so Shuan says that, "I have kept that to clean my legs." Her mom believes her because she had talked to Zinan earlier, and Zinan had also said that he does not like girls. Now Shuan's mom asks Shuan, "What is going on between you and Zinan?" Shuan says that, "We are just neighbors." Then mom says that, "Whether you like him or not, I am with you." In the next scene, Shuan calls Zinan and asks about the razor incident, so he says that, "Don't worry, I did not tell anything, neither this nor about changing houses." In the next scene, Shu was reading Zinan's story, but he did not know this, where Shu writes in the comments that the story and characters are quite interesting. In the meantime, he gets a message from the writer of the book who wanted to meet Shu. In the next scene, Shu goes to the location told by the author. Just then, Zinan comes, seeing whom Shu hides his face, but Zinan had come to meet him. He goes to Shu, so Shu says, "What a coincidence. I had come here to meet a customer." So Zinan says that, "I am the author of Party B who lives beside me." Shu is quite surprised. So Zinan says that, "I want to work as a designer director at 88 Ed Company." Hearing this, Shu starts laughing and says, "Stop joking." Zinan says that, "I am serious." In the next scene, Shuan brings a dress for her mom. So her mom refuses seeing the expensive tag and says that, "When you become rich, I will take everything from you." In the next scene, Shuan is standing alone. Just then, Zinan comes with beer cans. Now they both are drinking. Shuan says that, "Don't know why mom worries so much about me and does not take any gift either." Zinan says that parents never want to become a burden on their children, and because of your more expenses, they were a little tense, but you can reduce their tension by telling them everything truthfully. Now both of them had drunk too much. Zinan says that, "When your mom asked me about the razor, I said I like Shuan very much." And Zinan starts laughing loudly. Shuan starts looking at him. Now they get close to kiss each other. In the next scene, when both of them wake up, they are sleeping on the same bed, and Shuan's mom is standing in front of them, seeing whom their condition gets bad. Shuan asks nervously, "When did you come from the hospital?" And seeing mom so angry, Shuan says that, "There is nothing like what you are thinking." But mom starts hitting them without listening to their words. In the next scene, Shuan, Zinan, and mom are sitting. Shuan's mom says, "I just thought you were neighbors, but what were you doing on the same bed?" Zinan says that, "Auntie, it's all my fault." Now a past scene is shown where Zinan and Shuan reach home drunk, fighting and stumbling. These two fall asleep on the same bed while fighting. Now, in the present scene, Zinan says that, "Shuan was very sad yesterday, so we drank. And as for sleeping, nothing like that happened between us." Shuan's mom says, "What if something happens because of getting drunk in the future?" Now Zinan takes all the responsibility on himself and promises that nothing like this will happen again from now on. In the next scene, Zinan is going home. So Shuan says sorry about yesterday's incident. Zinan says that, "Tell mom about the house situation." Shuan says that, "I will tell mom when she is in a good mood." In the next scene, Zinan goes home. Just then the doorbell rings. When Zinan opens the door, Mao is there. He says that, "You live in this house?" Then he makes fun of him. When Mao goes inside, he says, "How love changes people's condition." Now Mao says to Zinan that, "Did you confirm that she also likes you?" Then Mao explains that, "Girls are quite complicated because she is talking to you nicely. It does not mean that she likes you. If you ask, 'Do you like me?' she will say, 'You have misunderstood. I treat everyone like this.'" Hearing Mao's words, Zinan gets angry. He says, "Why did you come here?" Mao tells him that, "I have quit my job." In the next scene, Shuan and Hu are talking. Just then Hu finds out that her landlord is Yu Qing, so she gets angry and leaves. In the next scene, Wu takes Shuan to meet someone. When she sees who she is meeting, it is none other than Shu and Zinan. Now Wu gives them 3 weeks' time and says that if this deal goes well, then the projects for the next 3 years will go to 88 Ed Company. Now Wu asks Shuan to work on the document with Zinan. In the next scene, Shuan asks Zinan, "How did you join 88 Ed Company and how did you meet Wu?" Zinan says that, "Wu and I used to work together before and now we want to invest in Hu's restaurant, and when Shu was looking for a new designer, I joined the company." Seeing Shuan ask so many questions, Zinan also gets irritated and is about to leave. Shuan says that, "I am worried about you. That's why I'm asking so many questions. In the next scene, Shuan and Zinan reach the apartment, and Shuan was just thinking about what she had said, and Zinan was also thinking about Mao's advice about confessing. The lift opens, so Shuan starts to leave, so Zinan stops her. Shuan thinks that he is apologizing for last night, so she forgives him without even listening to him. But Zinan asks her for the answer to the question he asked yesterday and says that, "I am serious." Hearing this, Shuan gets nervous and makes an excuse and leaves from there. When Shuan goes inside, her heartbeat gets quite fast. On the other hand, Zinan was waiting for Shuan's reply, and Shuan was also walking around with her mobile in her hand. Then both put their ears to the wall and start listening to each other's voices, but Shuan does not hear any voice. Then Shuan calls Lena and tells her everything, so Lena says, "Oh Yar, why did you not accept at that very moment?" Shuan says that, "I got very nervous." So Lena tells her to confess by message. In the next scene, Zinan gives Mao money in return for help, so Mao says that as long as the girl does not refuse, there is a chance, and Shuan must have run away at that time because she was shy and she has always seen you as rude, so she must not have understood what to do. In the next scene, Lina asks Shuan, "Do you even like him or not?" So Shuan remembers the memories spent with Zinan and says, "Yes, I like him too." So Lina says, "What are you waiting for? Confess by messaging quickly." Then Shuan and Zinan text about meeting for work related to Hu's project instead of confessing. In the next scene, Shuan and her mom were having breakfast, so mom says that, "I am very happy because you have become stable in your life." Seeing her mom feeling so proud of her, Shuan tells her everything truthfully, that this house belongs to Zinan. We have exchanged houses. Instead of getting angry at her words, Shuan's mom says that, "I had already found out about all these things." Then mom starts explaining lovingly to Shuan. Now Shuan was leaving for the office, and Zinan also starts going to work. He says to Shuan that, "I will give you a lift." But Shuan was awkward about the night's incident, so she refuses, hearing which Zinan leaves from there. But mom felt something was wrong. Now Shuan also says bye to mom and leaves, but Zinan had stopped the lift for her, so Shuan also has to go with him. Just then Shuan gets a message from her mom. She asks Shuan, "Has Zinan proposed to you?" Shuan replies secretly, "Stop your nonsense." Zinan sees her texting. Before Zinan could say anything to her, Shuan leaves from there. In the next scene, Yuqing takes Hu to his mom's place and says that, "This is my girlfriend." Yuqing's mom is happy to see Hu and feeds her food. Then Yuqing says that, "We are going to get married." Hearing this, Hu chokes on her food. In the next scene, Hu asks Yuqing for his license, so Yuqing teases her by showing the license. So while trying to catch it, Hu gets quite close to Yuqing and they both freeze. Then Hu kicks Yuqing and takes the license and says that, "You are still a child." In the meantime, Shuan and Zinan see Yuqing and Hu, and they think that they are a couple. Shuan says, "Since when have you two been together?" Yuqing says that it is a very long story. Hu tells them that he is her landlord. Hearing their conversation, Shuan and Zinan are quite amused. Zinan says, "Are all the buildings in that area yours?" To which Yuqing says, "Yes." Hearing this, Shuan asks, "If you are so rich, why are you working at 88 Ed Company?" Yuqing says that, "I am a person who lives life on my own terms and I like a simple life." In the next scene, Zinan and Hu are together. Hu is reading the agreement and they are talking. On the other hand, Shuan is worried about Zinan. So Yuqing asks, "How did Zinan and you get together?" Shuan says that, "There is nothing like that between us." Yuqing says that Zinan is interested in you, and if you also like him, confess to him. In the meantime, Zinan comes there and leaves without saying anything, so Shuan also follows him. In the next scene, Zinan gets a call in the car, which Zinan answers on speakerphone. The caller says that, "Your house is quite good for selling," but Zinan tells him to call back later. Shuan says, "Are you selling your house?" Zinan says that, "Now I am a partner in 88 Company, so I will need money for its investment." Hearing this, Shuan gets nervous and says, "If Hu doesn't agree, what will you do?" Zinan says that, "At most, I will lose my house." Shuan says that, "I will talk to Wu." Zinan says, "Drop me at my place." At this, Shuan tells Zinan to stop the car and leaves from there. In the next scene, Shuan goes to Wu with steamed buns and says that Hu will not agree to this project. If you handle this project, you will get a lot of praise. In the next scene, Shuan's mom was leaving, to whom Zinan also comes to say goodbye and says that, "I will drop you." But mom refuses and says that, "I will go by taxi." And Shuan's mom also says, "Take care of my daughter." Now, as soon as mom leaves, Zinan is about to say something, but Shuan leaves from there. So Zinan goes after her and says that, "I was wrong. It was all my fault. Please forgive me and I should not have gotten so angry at you." From now on, I will ask you before making any decision. Hearing this, Shuan smiles because Zainan was apologizing to her. So Shuan says that, okay, I will forgive you this time, my boyfriend. Hearing this, Zainan is surprised and asks, who am I to you? So Shuan says, you are my party B. And she runs away because both of them had confessed their feelings. In the next scene, Shuan was feeding Zainan with her hands and asks Zainan, what happened to your house and where will you go after selling the house? Zainan says that, I will live on rent somewhere else. So Shuan starts persuading him to live with her because she will miss Zainan if he goes somewhere else. Hearing her words, Zainan agrees. In the next scene, customers had come to see Zainan's house. Just then, Shuan also comes there and starts telling them about the house. Seeing Shuan's skills, Zainan is also surprised. Now the deal is locked, so Zainan says, why were you in such a hurry to sell my house? Shuan says that, the sooner this house sells, the sooner you can come to me, at which both of them start smiling. In the next scene, Zainan goes to 88 Ed Company and everyone is surprised to see him. So Shu tells them that now Zainan will work in our company. In the next scene, Zainan was getting survey forms filled out. Just then, Shuan runs from behind and jumps on Zeinan's back, but Zainan in self-defense throws her down, because of which Shuan starts crying. But when Zainan sees that it is Shuan, he picks her up and says, sorry, but Shuan starts acting. I am having pain everywhere. So Zainan kisses Shuan and asks, is the pain gone now? Shuan says, I am still in pain. So Zainan starts kissing Shuan even more. Then both go to have lunch together. In the next scene, Shuan and Zainan are eating food and talking about whose matter. Just then, Zainan gets a call from the broker. He says that, your house has been sold. Zainan tells Shuan that, today I am shifting to your house. In the next scene, Zainan gets a little emotional while vacating the house and tells Shuan that this was the first house he bought in his life. So Shuan says that, once we become rich, we will buy this house again. And then both hug each other. Now, Zainan is shifting his luggage to Shuan's house, where they both have a lot of fun. In the next scene, Hu and Yu Qing are going back home, so Hu says, okay, I am going home now. Yu Qing says, so soon? I thought we had just walked a few steps. Now both go their separate ways and they both do not feel good at all being away from each other. In the next scene, Shuan is watching TV and Zainan is doing his work. Shuan says that, I am feeling sleepy. Zainan comes near her and says that, then we should go to sleep. When she is about to go to sleep, just then, Shuan hears a scream. Shuan recognizes that voice. It is Hu. Shuan brings Hu inside, and she had drunk a lot. Hu says that, your friend Yu Qing is so mean. Shuan says, tell me what he did? So Hu says shyly that, he kissed me. Hearing this, Shuan is happy, but Hu says, it has been 16 hours since yesterday. He hasn't even called me. In the next scene, Zainan calls Yu Qing to his place and asks, what are you gonna do about Hu? Hearing this, Yu Qing cannot say anything and starts to leave, so Zainan stops him and says, you cannot run away from your responsibilities. But Yu Qing says that, that's not the case. Hu treats me like a child and considers me her younger brother, because of which I kissed her and she got angry and left from there, so I did not call her again. Zainan says, Hu was right. You are a child. Then he explains to Yu Qing. In the next scene, Shuan comes home tired, and Zainan asks her, did you eat? Shuan says that, I ate with my colleagues. Zainan says that, you have made friends very quickly. In the next scene, Wu tells Shuan to go to a celebrity, so she asks Xiaoyun to go with her. In the next scene, Hu was checking her phone to see if it was all right because she was waiting for Yu Qing's call. Then she searches on the internet that if a boy does not call a girl after kissing her, it means that the boy is a cheater. Hearing this, Hu gets sad. But just then she gets a message from Yu Qing, who asks Hu to meet him. In the next scene, Hu goes to meet Yu Qing and says, why did you call me? Yu Qing says that, you are free these days, aren't you? Hu says, oh, so you were missing me. Yu Qing says, yes, didn't you miss me? Hu refuses and starts to leave, so Yu Qing comes close to her, and Hu is about to fall, but Yu Qing catches her. Seeing which Hu says, I am older than you. Respect me. Yu Qing says, I do respect you, whether you like me or not, but I like you very much. Saying this, he starts kissing Hu, and because Hu also liked him, she also kisses Yu Qing. In the next scene, Shuan was showing a photo of Yu Qing and Hu together, and they are both very happy and call Yu Qing, but he cuts the call and messages that, we are on a date right now. Hearing this, Shuan says that, this must be Yu Qing's doing. Hearing this, Zainan asks, what do you mean? I cannot do all this. Shuan starts pressing his shoulders now and says, you can do a lot. In the next scene, Shuan tells Xiaoyun about the celebrity Tao, that Mao knows him. Xiaoyun calls Mao and asks to meet Tao. In the next scene, Xiaoyun reaches that location, and Lina was sitting there disguised as Celebrity Tao. Xiaoyun asks her to give reviews of the company, so Lina says that I have read a lot of negative comments about that company. Xiaoyun says that could be done intentionally. Lina says, you know a bit too much about this. In the next scene, Shuan tries to talk to Xiaoyun, but she ignores Shuan. Shuan asks, why did you call Tao in the afternoon? Xiaoyun says that, now this is my work and I will work on this deal. Shuan gives her a chance to apologize, but Xiaoyun goes into Wu's cabin with full attitude, where she is scolded a lot and also fired from her job. In the next scene, Xiaoyun goes to Shuan and says that, I did all this because you came to the assistant post and I was involved in every problem that happened with Zainan. In the next scene, Wu tells everyone in the meeting to publicly apologize to Zainan. In the next scene, Zainan was waiting for Shuan. In the meantime, Shuan comes there and is surprised to see him. Zainan tells her that he has arranged dinner with Tao. Hearing this, Shuan hugs him and kisses him. In the next scene, Shuan was waiting for Zainan at dinner, but just then she gets a message from Zainan which says that I will be late today. Reading this, Shuan gets sad. The next day, when Shuan wakes up in the morning, she sees Zainan who is sleeping on the sofa, so Shuan kisses him. Just then, Zainan wakes up and they have breakfast together. In the next scene, Tian was selling his house. Just then, Lina comes there and scolds him and says that your house will not get as much value as my house will, so I will sell my house. Tian says, where will you live? Lina pulls him towards her and says that I will live at your house. Then Lina proposes to Tian. In the next scene, Wu tells Shuan that from now on, you are the deputy director, but for this, you will have to go to Beijing for 1 year, and this is the best opportunity for you. In the next scene, Shuan reaches home, and Zainan had prepared dinner for her. So Shuan sits down to eat with him. Shuan says, I have something to tell you. Zainan says, okay, tell me. So Shuan tells him about her promotion, and Zainan becomes happy. But then she tells him about going to Beijing, and Zainan gets upset. But then he tells her to go there, and Zainan also says that this opportunity does not come to everyone. Shuan says, how will I live without you for a year? Zainan says that I cannot live either, but I will keep coming to meet you. In the next scene, all the people in 88 Ed Company are scolding Zainan for letting Shuan go because long-distance relationships do not last long. In the meantime, Shuan comes there, and everyone makes Zainan stand in front of her so that he stops Shuan from leaving. But for Zainan, the breakup thing had become a tension. So when he opens his mouth to say something, breakup comes out of his mouth, hearing which Shuan leaves from there. Now Zainan also goes after her, but Shuan had locked herself in her house. So Zainan starts explaining to her from there that all this has been put into my mind by those people and breakup came out of my mouth. But Shuan still does not open the door. So Zainan says that I always want to be with you. I want to go to work with you daily, and I want to see you as I fall asleep at night. Hearing his words, Shuan also smiles. But when Zainan says, I love you to Shuan, Shuan opens the door. In the next scene, after a few days, Zainan was very dressed up and going somewhere in 88 Ed Company, seeing which everyone starts looking at him like this. Lina asks Tian, is Zainan going to meet a client? Tian refuses, so Lina guesses that Zainan is going on a date with someone. Now Zainan leaves the company and the rest of the people also follow him. Now all these people follow Zainan and go to a restaurant where Zainan sits at a table, and these people also start looking at him. But Zainan was talking to someone and also eating food. Now Zainan kisses that person, which those people cannot tolerate at all, and they pick up whatever they find and run towards Zainan. Seeing all these people, poor Zainan's condition starts getting bad. But when these three see that Zainan is dating Shuan online, they are shocked. Then, these three push Zainan aside and start talking to Shuan. Just then, Tian gets a call from Shu, who tells him that Chief Li is going to have a baby. In the next scene, Shuan's training session was complete, and she goes to Wu and gives her resignation letter and says that, I want to achieve success, but by staying among the people who love me. So Wu gives her best wishes for the future. In the next scene, Shu tells everyone that they have received investment from the company. But Zainan was messaging Shuan constantly, but Shuan does not pick up his phone. Then Zainan asks everyone, has any one of you talked to her? So everyone refuses. In the next scene, Shuan was standing outside 88 Ed Company, and she remembers the memory and goes inside. Then everyone is very happy to see her and they meet her without making noise because they had planned to play a prank on Zainan. Then they tell Shuan that Zainan is waiting for a client. Now Shuan goes into the cabin, and Zainan does not notice her and asks for an introduction. As soon as Shuan starts speaking, Zainan is shocked to see her. But Zinan pretends to be angry with Shuan and says, "Why did you not pick up my call?" Shuan apologizes to him, but Zinan does not listen to her and leaves from there. Now Shuan goes after him. When he still does not stop, Shuan starts crying and says, "I was planning a surprise for you for so many days." Just then, Zinan turns back and says, "I also have a surprise," and he gets on his knees and proposes marriage to Shuan. Seeing this, everyone becomes happy and asks Shuan to accept the proposal. But Shuan had become too emotional and she could not stop crying. Shuan asks, crying, "Whose side were you all on?" Then we see a past scene where Zinan was about to pick up and break everyone's belongings and says, "What are you all hiding from me?" So they have to tell him about that plan. Now, in the present scene, Shuan cries even more and says yes to the marriage while crying. Then Zinan puts the ring on Shuan's finger and everyone is enjoying watching this moment. In the next scene, Zinan and Shuan are standing on the balcony of their house where Shuan jumps to the balcony of the house facing hers. Zinan says, "What are you doing? This is not our house." But just then Shuan says, "Now this house is ours again." So Zinan is shocked and asks, "Where did you get the money?" So Shuan asks him to come closer to tell him. When Zinan comes closer, Shuan kisses him hard and the drama ends with a happy ending here.